Where are we going?
Oh, it's that time of the year again. It's the boat show season. We're taking you to the Grand Rapids Boat Show here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, to show you what we are seeing on the new pontoon boats.
All right.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Woohoo, thanks.
Walking into the show, right away, we noticed the same trends as last year and realistically the year before. Not a whole lot of new stuff, but the layouts that we're seeing a ton of are center walkthroughs, a lot of the switchback or rear facing loungers, and still a lot of the L couch configuration, quite a few with sun deck on the back as well. Nothing crazy new. I actually asked a salesman what the new exciting stuff was on their line of boats. They didn't have any cool answers for me. It would have been interesting to go to a boat show like 20 years ago and see how many pontoons there were compared to other boats. Kind of looks familiar, huh?
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah. We will not see a boat today that has carpet. I promise that.
Are you going to buy me a beer if we find one?
Yes.
You said there was going to be no carpet at the boat show.
You're going to see a lot of these. This would go way down. It's a cool ladder. It's complicated, mounting and stuff, but yeah, good for dogs, good for people. I do like that ladder. If your motor is going to stick back here, why not extend the deck way out and give you all that space that you'd otherwise lose? We just did that to a boat. I'll put that clip in right here. You're going to see over and over and over the switchback.
Oh.
I'll find out if I can say this or not, but it's coming to the aftermarket world. It's like riding the school bus. One or both will lay completely flat.
Like the next one.
They could go like that, or one can stay up, one can go down. It'd be able to go all the way down if the table wasn't there. These are one of those things that I get asked about all the time. There isn't yet an aftermarket switchback lounger, but I've heard it's coming. There will be a rear-facing lounger switchback sort of seat coming from Pontoon Stuff in the near future. I don't know exactly what the near future means, but I know it's coming available. With that, I would expect there's going to have to be some sort of railing configuration to allow that, where it opens up the back of the boat. You also have to consider where your fuel tank's going to go, battery, those sorts of things too. Oh, there's a center walkthrough. We haven't even started talking about prices yet. That's a tritoon. This is like a entry-level tritoon, essentially.
Oh, you can get
62 grand.
$7,000 knocked off of it. Boat show discount.
It's got a 150. Oh, this is still a tritoon. Never mind. So there's your bargain tritoon. 51,000. No trailer. 54,000. Read the fine print when you're at the boat show. Sale price 54. 59.36 out the door. You have freight, sales tax, registration. $412 a month. 7% interest. 240 months. Is that 20 years? Imagine how much do you think you pay total for this boat at the end of 240 months with 7% interest? I don't even know if we've seen a pontoon yet. Oh, we found a pontoon. There we go. So 115. Sylvan.
46 out the door.
Yeah, we're getting good at reading out the door prices. 46, really basic boat. Fishing seats. Look at these. This is like a new thing too.
I don't like it. The plastic.
It's literally rotomolded
Oh, it
plastic.
is.
Which, so here's the thing. At least when you hit something with this, it looks really cheap. But you can't. If you hit this panel and nothing's gonna happen, you hit that panel.
Yeah, I know.
And now you can't replace that in a few years. Avalon. These are made in Michigan. Tritoon with the 150. 54 out the door. 23-foot boat. You get the switchback. I think that's going to be kind of the trend, is 55 to 60 for a pretty entry-level tritoon. A really important thing to keep in mind is when you walk into the boat show, you are going to get that new boat envy. That envy, it's going to be strong. It's impossible not to see what's out there, what's available. But also keep in mind, they're not bringing you their low-end boats to walk through and sit on. They're bringing in the high-end stuff. We were able to do some math on the spot and afterwards in reflection of the pricing of those new boats. They will give you 20 years, 240 months to pay off your new boat. One boat in particular that we saw was around a $30,000 boat. The old Bargain Bennington. So looking at close to $30,000 for a 18-foot, no trailer, 40 horse. When you span that out, $250 payments for the next 20 years, you end up spending $60,000. Corey made a really good point. You could use that money you paid in interest and put it into restoring a boat with a new motor, new everything, and you'd probably still have some money left over if you're doing all the work yourself. So yeah, we're biased still towards restoration because you can go and shop at pontoonstuff.com and you can build the boat that you want, the layout you want. You can do their 3D boat builder and you'll see you're still only going to spend, maybe $10,000 to on the upward side of $13,000, depending on the size of your boat, the layout, the seating. But that's a lot less money than these $40,000, $50,000 plus $1,000 new boats. Do you want to talk about this boat? The one you really want?
Yeah, this is not the boat.
What if I build you a wakeboard boat? What's the price on this one?
Oh, $1 million.
$1 million.
They don't have it because it's so expensive.
No, it's over here, I bet. Look at that door. Thou shalt not pass. The one accessory Corey has to have on a boat.
For my baby.
Dog bowl. Food and water. I will say, if you get this boat, clean this before you put it away or you're guaranteed to have mice inside of there. That's a screen for you. What's that? Keep it simple, superstar. Yeah. It's that principle of, you got to learn all this. What happens if it breaks? That's where my head keeps going.
I'm not too sure. Electronics and water after time.
No, that's the first thing it usually would need. Help. This thing is
I do like
loaded. Look at the steering wheel. It's nicer than it's in my truck. Here's a simple helm. That's the fish finder I had on the big boat right now. That's nothing. That's just a fish finder, waypoints, GPS. Nothing too crazy. Comment below. Did you go to the boat show? Do you already own a boat? Or do you not own a boat? Just curious. I feel like most people go to the boat show already own a boat. Moving on. Corey likes this layout.
I like this. This is cute.
It's a jumper seat. A lot of times you can put that in the front or the back just to make it a closed off space. Pretty cool. Not a whole lot of pontoons here yet. We'll find some. Oh yeah, it's a sport tune. But that's your buyer beware.
And it's not
That's
a tritoon.
why it's, I wonder why they call it it's a 2 3/4 tritoon. So it's a 3/4 log.
Why would anybody want a white boat?
Corey said we were going to be nice in this video.
No, but listen. You only want a white boat if you're the only one ever going to be on it. Because you would never invite anybody on it. Because you'd be worried about having to clean.
You just really enjoy cleaning.
No.
It's very pretty.
It's gorgeous.
I'm not even going to get near it. I did wipe off my pants, but I'm in my work clothes. If you want to see more about the boat show that we went to last year, honestly, everything was pretty much the same other than the prices. They've gone up just like everything. But you can click on our video that we did last year that really compares the new boats to restoration products. Go check that video out too after you're done with this one.
Don't jump off the front of this boat.
That's a groin grabber right there. You hop off, the boat keeps moving, you're trying to get into the shallow water and the boat keeps moving and it catches you from behind. That guy just say to you?
He said he's lived in 2 houses that are less expensive than one of those boats back there.
Here's something new from Regency. Some stamped paneling. It's gonna help hide dings and stuff, I think. Maybe be a little stronger than flat panels. Powder coated pontoons.
Why would you mount a ladder like this?
I think so that grate is like somewhere for water to go. Grip, I don't know.
It's a toe kicker.
Ouch. Welcome.
Welcome to the ones you can afford. She's a cute 16XL, baby. That's a buggy.
It's still $30,000. No. Rotomolded plastic console. It's as plain Jane as you can get. I think these are the ones this year. Did they put the gas tanks in the transom? No. Yeah, they put the gas tanks on the back still. For $30,000. Put it in the transom, guys. You know what? Still get you on the water and be fun.
Yeah. A floaty will get you on the water and it'll cost $10.
That's true. Not this floaty. That's expensive.
We just want to recognize him for giving us a
Someone
square
once
head.
told me that Canada's best contribution to the world was the square head screw.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. I think their wilderness is very beautiful.
They're nice people out there.
I'm grateful for it.
New brand right here, and Corey,
I really like the mat.
she likes the mat.
And
A lot of new pontoon brands in the last few years jumping on board. Ooh, this is the new Yamaha. Probably a 150 with its own integrated hydraulic steering. Something pretty cool.
I'm gonna tell Ray. He's doing a good job at Bennington.
70,000. We joke that River owns Bennington.
We don't joke, yes.
He's been to their headquarters. There's proof. One other thing that I think is important to point out is most of the boats we saw were in the 22 to 24 foot range, and a lot of them were tritoons or they were pontoons and still had a 115 horsepower motor on them. Do you really need that? When you're shopping, it's cool to see what's out there, what's possible, but if you're on most of the lakes that we visit when we pick up boats, drop off boats, they're not even big enough to go 40 mile an hour for very long. Don't get me wrong, there are places that having that boat is fantastic if you're gonna cover a lot of water, but it seems like most of our customers, they just want a boat to pile people in and go out and have a good time. So if that's you, go look at the boat show, go see what's out there, and then go shop at Pontoon Stuff and see what you could do on your own boat in restoring it. Yeah, a lot of cookie cutters, a lot of the same stuff we saw last year. Co-captain's chairs, center walk-through. That's the benefit when you have the gas tank in the transom or in the center pontoon. This gets me. $55,000 boat, and we're still doing a rotomolded plastic console. Corey climbed right on. I'll use the stairs. Really cool. This is a Harris. It's a pretty standard floor. Everybody's doing the teak. But look at that inlay. That's pretty cool. Really sharp. Pretty big, cushy seats. Big ol' helm. Dual Simrads. Just those little touches. This is really classy. I like that. Here's something interesting. This boat is actually only rated for 11 people. 400 horsepower, but 11 people. A lot of the old boats we work on that are this size, rated for 20. At least 15. If you've got a boat that's from the mid-late 90s, early 2000s, those boats, they still have big pontoon diameters. They're rated for higher horsepower motors. They're just as good construction-wise as the brand new boats. That hasn't changed. The layouts, the functionality, the vinyl flooring, the beautiful seats, that's what's changed, but that's what you can still get restoring your boat. Corey just walked right up on this boat. Look at that. Does it flip up and become a table or something? I just think it's like a shallow water ladder or something. Pretty cool concept. In addition to another ladder. She's gonna buy a wakeboard boat today.
No, just a wakeboard. Are they an Australian boat?
Do you guys see what I see? Aluminium boats. That's actually how the world says it. I'm mostly just here to inspect welds. This is a massive
Those are fat.
TIG weld. It's so big. These are cute little TIG welds. They're cuties. You know what's actually really cool about this? We fixed one of
welded
these.
one of these.
So they didn't used to put this extra plate in here, and they just welded this tube straight to here. Well, we had one that came loose, and I had to re-weld it, and I gusseted it. And I noticed now they put a big plate in here, weld that, it's a lot more surface, and then weld that to the plate. That's just for the steering cable to run through. Kind of fun to see though. They improved it. Thank you for following us along through the boat show, kind of pointing out the cool stuff we saw, making some notes and pointers along the way. In the end, there's something for everyone. There are always going to be folks who want that new shiny boat. And you know what? If you earned it, you deserve it. Go get yourself a new boat. But for a lot of us, we want to make our dollar go farther, our hard-earned money. We want to make that last. I'm always going to get an older boat or take the boat I have and restore it, save the money, put that towards like margaritas and stuff. You know, boats don't drive themselves. You got to put gas in them too. So that's where we're at. But obviously we're biased because this is what we do. Corey said if we want to go to the other room of boats, it's going to cost me a beer. I'm in. Now we're at the boat show.
I'm buying this one.